Good evening, everyone. Susan Kennedy here from the Gold Coast in Australia. You might notice I always have a little hesitation there when I say good evening, because for me it's the middle of the day. So anyway, just lovely to be here, and I've got a few little things to talk about before we get the show going, and shortly I will have my two callers. It's always great to connect with people and to be able to give these readings to people, you know, wherever you are in the world. So I always encourage you to, you know, make sure you contact the radio station so that you do get get the opportunity to have a reading. Now, I know myself, sometimes I need readings for clarity as well. But one of the things I want to talk about this week is how you can use the energy around you to get some clarity on your own goals. So I know that at the moment the energy is very up and down, lots of different things going on energetically. You know, there's a lot of wishy-washy kind of energy, or it's more like a washing machine rather than wishy-washy. But I know that everybody's going through massive changes and transformations at the moment. So I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about was the energy of hope and the energy of dreaming and the energy of having a goal. So that if you've got something that you're waiting for an answer on at the moment, it can seem like, you know, you're not getting answers, or you're getting railroaded, or you're getting blocks in the way. And when that happens, I think it's really important to stay very clear and very focused on what it is that you want, but also to make sure that you get outside in nature and that you will find a lot more clarity when you are outside. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I've noticed is, because I do walk every morning, it's my thing, it's my spiritual practice, that I can't wait to get down to the water. I live very near the water here, and I can't wait to get down there and see the sunrise. And this morning when I woke up, it was a beautiful misty pink colour, and it was so beautiful. But what I know is that nature is always there giving me lots of hints and messages about what's going on for me that particular day. So, for instance, a little while ago, I was a little bit worried about making a change in my life, and I was a little bit worried about money. And so I was walking along, and everywhere I went for the next few days, I was picking up little 5-cent coins. And in America, you'd call them dimes, and in England, we call them sixpences. But they're the tiny little silver coins. And I was just seeing them everywhere. And it was as though the universe was just saying, don't worry about it. You know, everything will be provided for. You know, I walk sometimes and, you know, I'll get those beautiful energy of the birds coming near me. And I've noticed a lot lately that the birds have been very, very prevalent in my walks. You know, in fact, they sort of come and they stop and they look at me. So I sort of say, well, birds are about freedom. And I'm going through a transition. I'm going through a change. I'm moving house. And I'm, you know, shifting things in my life. So the messages are always there. And I just really encourage you to look for that clarity around you, that when you're out and about, whatever your awareness is drawn to will be important for you. Because there's a truth that I know is that when you're in alignment with everything within yourself, things will fall into place. And I know that your spirit wants you to believe in yourself. And I know that your guides want you to believe in the potential that you have. So there will be always drawing your attention to different things. And it's really so important to pay attention to those different things. Sometimes it's number plates on cars, or it might be the time on the clock that you're always looking, and it's 11:11, or it's 2:22, or it's 4:44. And that's been happening to me a lot lately, and to a lot of the girls that I'm mentoring, or the women that I'm mentoring. And we're all sort of saying, hey, you know, things are on track. We're going in the right direction, because we're getting all of those affirmations. So I just wanted to talk this week about, making sure that with your dreams, that you maintain the hope, you maintain the belief, that you go out there and get clarity by observing what you observe when you're out and about in your daily life. And the truth is that you can have anything you want to have if you do what you need to do to get it. So that's the answer to that one. All right, so now I've got my first caller, who is Jennifer in Anaheim, California. Anaheim, I think the home of Disneyland, because I know I've been there. So how are you, Jennifer?
I'm good, thank you.
Very good. How could I help you tonight?
We've been trying to rent a house. My son and I and my best friend and a roommate. And my son's 15. He's staying with other friends right now because we have nowhere to live. And we put in another application. I just want to know if you can tell me when this is going to happen for us.
Okay. So it feels like around the 25th of August there'll be a big shift for you with it. And I feel that there's, it's almost as though where you're going, it actually feels like there is a couple of people that own the property that you're going to, and it's being reviewed by a couple of people. So I do feel that shift is coming for you. And I guess in a way, yeah, the thing is, what I do get, though, is that you all need to band together energetically, because I don't know whether you heard what I was just talking about before I came on to to take your call. But I was talking about, so basically what happens is energetically, when things aren't happening for us, we go up, we go down. And when your energy's down, it's sort of like you pull away and all the doubt comes in. And what you have to realize is that your feelings are magnetic and your thoughts are electric. So if you have that thought process there, that thought will be transmitted to other people and they will sense it and they'll sense the doubt. But when you can stay in your heart and sort of almost see it as done, that's the feeling. And so the feeling will then be that, this is a good situation. So my feeling is the property it feels all on one level is what I'm seeing. And it feels as though there is enough room for you all. So it feels like it's good and it's coming. So it's a matter of just, maintaining that energy with it. So, because I know it's very difficult for you at the moment, because I know you're saying, well, what about time? What am I going to do? So all of that fear and all of that panic is there. How many people did you say are involved? There's 4?
There's my son who's 15 and me, myself, my best friend, and a friend of ours that needs a place to live too. So there's 3 adults and 1 child. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, so, the sense I get is that it's the banding together is a good thing. And it just feels as though there's maybe some more paperwork that needs to be done to substantiate your application. Sorry?
Okay. Some more paperwork, you said? Okay.
Yeah, just, I just feel like you need to make sure you've got all of your paperwork in line, because, it's a little bit like saying, okay, we're prepared. So we've got, a history, we've got this, we've got that, so that you are able to, to give that to the potential, the landlords of the place that you're going to.
I submitted everything on Sunday to this one house that we really want.
Yeah. Just describe it to me. Is it sort of a little bit out of the way? Is it in a little bit of an out of the way area?
It's somewhere we've never been before, and it's about an hour from where we're living now. It's got wild paint on the inside. We're going to have to paint it. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, it feels like that, because in my mind, the way I see it, it's as though it's like I want to say like a log cabin, but it's not. It's that kind of thing that feels long to me. So it feels like there's, definitely room for you all. But my sense is and it's in a more of a rural area, because I'm seeing lots of leaves, I'm seeing lots of grass around there. I feel like it's, somewhere that is going to be a good place for you. So, I feel it will be successful. So I feel that you just have to keep on doing what you're doing. And sometimes there's also a thing, and I don't know why I'm being told this, but it's almost like just give the information that you're asked. You don't have to give more. Whatever they do, you ask. You give, and I feel that if you do that and you follow that path, that it will be okay. So it's all about positive movement going forward, and it's just to recognise that you're being very supported with it. Has it got a double number to the house? Is it a double number, like 77 or something, or?
Oh my God, I'm trying to think. I think it's got 2 6s in it.
Yeah. So if that's the case, it feels like it's the right one, because I know there's a double number there. So look, as I said, you just got to keep positive. You've got to keep the energy flowing to it, and you see it as done. And I feel like there's going to be it's almost a big relief, I know. And I know that you're very worried about it, because I'm feeling it in my physical body. So it's, again, do as much as you can to let go of that. hard as it is, but this is about allowing nature to support you, allowing the spirit world to support you, and just taking that weight off your shoulders. And now it's almost like don't put any more energy into it not happening. So, get your energy into doing the things you need to do now for that move to happen. But I feel like it will, because you're a strong person. Just, Jennifer, what's your date of birth before you go?
2/14/64.
14/4, did you say?
2/14, February 14th, 1964.
1964. Okay. Valentine's Day.
Yes.
10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 27, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you're in a number 8 year, so 8 years are really good, for things coming together. And I know that there's been a lot of things that you've had to. I feel like with your 15-year-old as well, it's important, for there to be some stability there as well. So I know that this is going to be an important time. Is this a girl? Is this your daughter?
No, it's my son. It's moving with me.
Your son. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though, you probably said that, but I feel it's a really important time. And I'm feeling that he's not really too keen about the move for where it is. But I feel that once he's there, because it's almost like, I'm going away, and it's going to be away from where I really want to be. But I know that once he's there, he will be fine. Yeah, away from all the things that he knows and all the familiarity. But I feel that once he's there, he'll find a new sense of freedom as well, because I feel like it's a much more safe neighbourhood in a way, if I can say that. It just feels like it's got a lot more. Yeah, so I know that it's a move for the right reasons, and it feels like it will be really good. And also the opportunity to have an animal there as well, because I feel like I want to have a little dog around me or something. So I know it's going to be a much better space for him once you do make that move. So I wish you well with it.
I have 2 dogs and I rescue animals, so I want to have more, so it has room for more.
Okay, so that feels perfect then, because that's what I was seeing there. It's like, okay, I've got I've got this here, and it feels really, really good. And I feel at some level, and I'm sort of in my head gets in the way sometimes, but I feel like I'm near some water of some sort, whether it's a river or something. I feel I'm not too far away from some water. So that also feels very good.
A lake.
Yeah. Okay, so this feels good. So look, I really, wish you well with it. And as I say, just to stay focused on the energy of it. And, it's about really falling in love with the next part of the journey for you, because I feel that now really, giving yourself permission now to really start a new chapter in your life. And I feel like you've got good people with you that you can depend on. So it feels good. Feels very good. Yeah. So I wish you well with it. It's a big time of transformation.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
My mother's been gone about 20-something years. We didn't have a good relationship before she passed. Is she nearby me or close by? Or
Who was that that passed? Your mother, did you say? Did you say
my
mother? Yeah, okay. Well, it's interesting because I drew a card for you while I was talking, and it was "You're Never Alone." It's a Birds Angels card, so I know that message comes to you to let you know that she is around you. And I feel in her life she didn't speak up enough either, and I feel that she potentially, there was, this time of before she passes of her not being able to accept you or your help, but I feel like she is around you, and I feel like she's, in a way paving a pathway forward for you. So I would be looking for your signs of knowing that she's around you. And, my feeling is, again, with you, that it is birds. I was just very drawn to a bird outside that just landed as I said that. So I know that there's a particular bird that you will see a lot of that will just give you that confirmation that she's around you. So
a hummingbird. She always said she'd come back as a hummingbird.
Yeah, so just know that, even when you see hummingbirds, sometimes you see them in a book or you see them on I was in London recently and I saw them on a biscuit tin. So you'll see them in many different ways, and I feel over the next couple of weeks, you'll get lots of confirmation of that. So just look for it, know that your guides will draw you there. And I feel that she's really paving that way for you, because I know as well, I feel that she gave you some energy around money which wasn't good, and it's almost like she wants to make amends for that, because I feel that in life money was very tight for her, and so there was an energy of scarcity. Do you understand that with her?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's bringing me forward almost this beautiful gold coin and putting it in your hand and saying things are going to be well. Things are going to be good for you. So believe in it, see it, make it happen, and know that she is around you and sort of steering you in that direction as well.
Okay. Thank you.
That's my absolute pleasure. So thanks for coming on, Jennifer, and all the best with your move. Very timely, because I'm moving as well shortly, so I wish you well. Okay, so now I've got Talisha in, she's in Queensland, which is where I am. Talisha, how are you? Okay, so we lost Talisha in Queensland, which is interesting. So I'm just going to chat for a minute. And, yeah, so interesting energy, isn't it, when we talk about what's going on. I know, for instance, I'm moving, so when I do readings, I tend to get a lot of people that are in the similar energy to what I'm going through, because energetically we are all so connected. And I always find with healers or with readers, whatever we're experiencing gives us that ability to help other people as well. So it's been a really interesting time. I mentor a wonderful group of women who are working to become more successful in their spiritual practices. And I'm about to open that up again shortly for a new batch of ladies to come through for the next 12 months. But one of the amazing things is one of the ladies in the group was doing she's giving me a testimonial, and she was talking all about me being a captain of the ship, and that I had this regatta of boats and things as the people in my fleet, the people that followed me. And lo and behold, I've bought a new place to live, and it's in a building called Regatta. So, messages are coming all the time through different sources, and we have to really be open to just being very aware of the connections and the way that Spirit always tries to get messages through, so that we can be really, just encouraged on our journey. So what else can I talk about while we're waiting for this next listener to come on, or this next person for the reading? Maybe I scared her off. Who knows? So let me just see now. I'm just going to have a little drink of water, and I do apologise, but we are live. Okay, so talk. So I'm going to, just talk now about these beautiful new cards that I've got here. These are called Birds Angel cards. So let's see if we've got another message for the week. Interesting. So this one's called Feel the Harmony. So if you're watching this right now and you're wondering about what's going on in your life, I really feel that it's about really speaking up and noticing where you've not been able to speak up in the past. If you see this beautiful card, I hope you can see that there. It's a woman, and there's a beautiful bird on her head. And I'm really drawn to the blue colours, and really drawn to the fact, and it's actually like the hummingbird that the lady was talking about in the last reading. So energetically at the moment, if you're looking for life to be more harmonious, look for where you're not speaking up. Look for where it's difficult for you to express what you really need. Because oftentimes, especially, I know the majority of my audience is women, but I know that for us women, it's a lot harder to be able to put yourself first. Because generally we're the caretakers, we're the mums, we're the grandmas, we're the people that are really always looking after other people. So it's so important that you in your relationships with your partners and with people, you're able to really put yourself first. So I hope that works for you. Now, I do have another caller now. Scared my Queensland lady off. So I've got Stephanie in Alabama. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. How can I help you this evening?
Okay. I I have a guy that I want to date, but I'm a little nervous about it. I'm not quite for sure.
Okay, sorry, you just have to repeat those last couple of words. You have a what, sorry?
I have a guy that I want to date, and his name is Thomas, but...
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
and you're a bit nervous.
A little nervous.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, look, the message is don't be nervous, because I feel a lot of what you're going on is the fear of the past, and, you know, and also are you worthy, you know, all that sort of stuff comes in. But it feels as though this is a very beautiful opportunity for you, and I think it's something you've been waiting for a while as well. And, you know, so it's. I feel like I must have had a new hairdo as well recently, have I? Have you had a new hairdo done?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels really good, and it's almost like I'm coming out into, it's like I'm remodeling myself at the moment is what I feel like. So, you know, there's this nervousness about stepping out and saying, oh, I feel like, you know, because I feel like a young girl again, but it feels really good. You know, I think the hair looks great, by the way, and I feel like you're, so were you born in the 60s? What's your date of birth?
I was born in 79. He was born in 69.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because why I said that was I was seeing all this psychedelic, like 60s stuff, you know, I was seeing, you know, so in a way I guess your question might be that there is an age gap and all that sort of thing. But look, it feels really good. I mean, I feel like this is someone that you can depend on as well. He feels like he's someone that he's got that older-fashioned energy about him, which says to me that he's more, he's kind, you know. I feel like he's very respectful, is what I feel. So it's interesting. I think go for it. So what's your date of birth before the 79? What's your month and your day?
December 27th.
Yeah. Okay. That's 10, 19, 26, 27. Well, you're in a creative year, so you're in a year of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, no, you're in a 4 year. Well, 4 years are all about doing the hard work. So the hard work for you at the moment is getting up, getting out, and actually taking a risk. So I feel like, you know, this is about letting go of what you know, your shyness, and just taking that opportunity to have this situation happen, because I feel like you've recently made a new commitment to yourself, and I feel like you've made a lot of changes. So I feel like I've either, you know, changed my dress as well as my hair, you know, my figure. I'm doing lots of things around myself. So I know it's time, you know, it's time to go out there and reconnect with the dating situation. So it feels good. Now, do you have a little child as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I know I'm shy about that too. You know, I feel very protective around that situation. And I feel that, you know, this, that's always a good place to be, by the way, you know, because we want to always make sure our children are, you know, safe, protected. But I feel that, you know, this is time for you to reconnect and to have that energy there. Because I know that family's very important to you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And because I also, in that same thing, it was a feeling of, you know, am I also able to, because I'm not sure ages, but I feel like another child would be something that you would welcome into your world as well. So I know that as time goes on, there's going to be lots of changes for you, and it's time, you know, just to break free of the fear. And speak up. You know, the same message comes through a lot today of speaking up. And not, you know, and it's about letting go of the way things were in the past and to stop comparing yourself. So, it feels good for me. Feels good that this will happen for you.
Awesome.
Let's see what else. Okay, so I've just drawn you an angel card. Okay, and these ones are called birds or angels, but it says receive your guidance. So my feeling is with you that you actually feel excited about this, but you're just a bit scared. That true?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And you're very shy, and I feel that's more around the physical connection. You know, I feel it's more around the, you know, having to go through that stuff that we go through when we go into a new relationship. A lot of shyness around that, yeah. And I also know that when we have children, it alters our bodies in lots of ways, and I feel that's something that concerns you. Now, I don't feel it will be a concern for the person that you're with. So just go with the flow of it, you know, just enjoy the connection, the time together and the growing of a great friendship, because I feel like you will, you know, really be well suited together. So, yeah, it feels really good. And, you know, this beautiful card here for you, which is fall in love. You know, it's another beautiful card. It's about falling in love. So it's allowing yourself to do that, allowing yourself to, you know, stop looking at things, I guess, in the negative and really looking at the positive sides, and knowing that we're meant to be in relationship. We're meant to be with people so that we can grow, so that we can learn. And I feel like, you know, it's going to be a really lovely time for you. So I wish you well with it. Okay. Any other question quickly? Because we've only got about a minute left. Anything else I could help you with quickly?
My job, is it going to be good?
Job feels good. It feels like you're, you know, flying through things. I feel like I'm really moving lots of energy. Things are going well. And I feel like in a way you just probably need to slow down, if anything, not be so frantically worried about it. So it's going to go well. Just enjoy it. Make the most of it. Yeah. Okay. So I wish you well, and thank you for coming on at such short notice. I feel like you were there in the background,
thank you.
But obviously meant to connect. Yeah. Okay. All right. Lots of love.
Awesome. Thank you.
Program tonight. That's my pleasure. So yeah, that's our program tonight. A bit of again, you know, lots of communication issues going on at the moment, astrologically and energetically. So just know if things don't work out the way you want them to, it's up to you to have your dream, have some clarity, find some truth, stay in your power, and have an amazing week, as I'm going to. And I look forward to seeing you next week here on Ask One Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So make sure you get on the list so that you can get a reading from not only me, but some of the other fabulous readers that are on the show. Thanks again. See you next week.